Okay, we this is chapter 8. We learn about cash and internal controls. So why cash and internal controls are put into one chapter? Because cash is very how to say is very valuable and needs a strong control, because once someone take your money, they can immediately use that money for their own purposes. Okay, like they can eliminate any trace, so you cannot track your money because someone take it and then immediately spend their money. So you need to have a strong internal controls for uh, protect protecting your cash. There are limitations of internal control, okay, because we have human error and human fraud. Okay, there are human error and human fraud is different. Error means a mistake that happens without your planning. So negligence, fatigue, misjudgment, and confusion. So human error is like human mistakes. You don't plan to make it wrong. But human fraud uh, is a fraud, is a crime. Okay, you want to do this crime because you want to do some bad things. So human fraud is intent to defeat internal controls for personal gain. Okay, so human error and human fraud is not the same. So human fraud, triple threat: opportunity, pressure, and rationalization. These three factors, these three things is the factors that motivate someone to do the fraud. Okay, so first one is opportunity. So if someone has opportunity to do some bad things, he or she will do it, will do the crime, will do the human fraud, will take the money from someone's business if they have the opportunity. Okay, the second one is pressure. If you have a business and then your employee has a pressure, for example, he has already a family and his son is going to school this year, so their family needs a lot of money. So your employee gets like a big financial pressure. They need a big amount of money. So because of that kind of pressure, he can do a crime or fraud. He can take your money, or he can rob someone, and so on and so on. And the third one is rationalization. Rationalization means the rationale of that someone is is not correct anymore. It's already gone. It's already um, how to say, going crazy. Not rational, not logic. For example, someone saying that, oh, if I take the money from the business for my personal purposes, no one uh, no one is getting harmed, no one is in dangerous. It's the money of the bank, not your money. So you just please shut up, don't tell our boss. If you want to take the money of the bank, you can take it, I will not tell the boss. So please mind your own business. Someone who wants to do a crime, they usually has that kind of rationalization, which is very wrong. Okay, so these three things, I repeat, is the factors that can motivate people to do human fraud or to do crime. Okay, so there are some effective systems to control your cash. First is how you handle your cash. So like handling cash is separated from record keeping of cash. Okay, for example, you have employee, right? So you have, for the handling cash, it's employee A, and someone who record the transaction is employee B. You should do this like this. Cannot be one person to handle the money and to do the accounting record, because if you put one person to handle these two things, he or she can do all the things that, I mean, all the things is in his hand, so he can do anything. He can take the money and record or to pay electricity bill of the business, right? So your money cannot be controlled, so you have to make the employee A for handling cash and employee B for record keeping. Okay, next one is cash disbursement are made by check. Cash disbursements mean cash out. So the cash out are made by check. Why? Because when you make the payment or cash out using check, you have the evidence, right? You have the evidence, you have the recording, right? And then your bank also record it for you because you make the payment by check. So this is for double checking. Okay, you record the transaction and the bank record it for you. So when you check it later, it's when you want to do the confirmation, it's easy. If you do not make by check, you just use cash, right? You just put all of the money in your office. The recording is only made by you. If you lost the recording, so your business is finished already. You don't have any recordings, right? So you should make the cash disbursement by check. And next is cash receipt are promptly deposited in a bank. So meaning that if you have cash in, you have to deposit in a bank. So for example, you have a really big business, and then you sell your goods by by cash. So it is better that you receive the money by a bank, because through a bank, because when you receive money, when you make sales and you receive cash through the bank, so the customer pay or send the money to your bank account, it's also good for you for double checking, right? You can record by yourself when you receive the money, and the bank record it for you. Your bank record it for you because the bank received your money. Okay, so these three ways is very good for you to control your cash. Okay, so this is like cash management. You can read and understand by yourself. Yeah, and this is cash over and short. Sometimes errors in making change are discovered from differences between the cash in the cash register and the record of the amount of cash receipts. Sometimes the amount of money that you record and the amount of money that you keep in your drawer, in your cashier, is different. For example, if a cash register's record in the record shows $550 of your cash, but the count of cash in the register is 555. It's different, right? In the recordings, your money is 550. Okay, but when you count it, the money is 555. So you have to make the adjusting entry for this. So cash, you receive cash, right? 555. For example, you make sales and you receive money 555. but in the record you only have 550, so you will record sales 550 and cash over and short $5, right? The sales that you make is 550. You sell something and then the price or the revenue from making the sales is 550, but you check your money, you have 555, right? So you have like 5 over here, $5 over. Okay, so that is why you have to record cash over and short on the credit side $5, because you want to deduct this money. Okay, you make sales only 550, but when you check the money is 555. Okay, so you have to make an account here on the credit side, cash over and short $5 on the credit side. Okay, so these other parts you can read by yourself.